Good afternoon, Kenneth, Silvercreek Realty Group, Ameripro Mortgage. I'm going to go over this little deal here for you just a second. Boom, there we go. So we have a house here that's in Nampa and Nampa Caldwell, and it's 359,990. And you can buy this CBH home for less money than rent without almost no money out of pocket. And how you do that is with a first and a second. So first mortgage is 96.5 and the second is 2% above the first on the interest rate, and it's for 3.5%. And that makes 100% financing for the purchase of 359,990. Now, a lot of lenders are offering higher than 100%, but the interest rates get really high. So you can buy houses and then get some money back for closing costs using a higher interest rate, but they're really an expensive loan. So I'm going to go over one that's a good price loan, and I like good price loans. They save you money, and they keep customers in their homes, and it's a good deal. So there's a couple ways that you can go about getting approved. Again, my name is Ken with Silvercreek Realty Group, Ameripro Mortgage. I can write loans, but if I do the real estate contract, Debbie Whitten does the loan. I'll quote you rate and fees. She'll do the final, actually, loan underwriting on it. Here is a picture of the house, and we just went over how the financing works. I'll move myself up here a little bit. 96.5 on the first, 3.5 on the second. Okay, so there's no traditional down payment. You're financing the full purchase price, and you keep your cash reserves intact. So on this particular house, there's a $20,000 builder credit. And to buy a house this way, you're going to need that builder credit to pay for closing costs, because when you buy a house, there's always closing costs. There's points for the loan, origination for the loan, your title fees, your escrow fees, your tax in pounds, your homeowner's insurance in pounds, and the incidental charges they do to close on the house. Okay. On this $350,000, $60,000 house, probably going to be $16,000, $17,000. You might have a credit of $3,000 or $4,000, which you might be able to put a backyard with, or a fence, or a refrigerator, but you have to get these numbers worked out in advance. And a lot of it is on your credit score. The better credit score you have, the better rate you have. And that's how that works. So if you call us up and we get to run your credit, put your loan together, we can have a pretty good idea, get all the title fees in advance. Once you put a house into escrow for SBH on these, within 10 days, you have to tell them how you're going to use all of that builder credit so they can do their work on the back side. And they require that within 10 days within going a contract. So here is what you get on a builder credit. If they still have the program going, it ends the 31st of this year, 2025, December. So if you like this house, or any house that's close to it or like it, I would suggest putting it under contract. Give me a call and we can write a contract on this, and we can figure the numbers out while we're waiting. So you don't want to lose your deal. Call me, let's put the house under contract, work the numbers out, and see if we can't get you in the house in January. If you close in January, you'd skip February. First payment would be in March. So you always have a full 30 days of no payment on a month because you prepay your mortgage. So at closing. So that's when you go to pay a house off, you'll see that the payoff is always higher. There's 30 days of interest on there. This is the best price for a new home from CBH today. When I pulled this up with a no money down, 359.9, and you can see where it's at right here. Here's 55. Carter Junction. This is Nampa. This is Caldwell right here. That's Greenleaf. This is Caldwell. This is Sunny Slope, the wine area. And here's a Meridian. Boise's way over here. Out of pocket cost. So when you go to buy a house and say, hey, Ken, I like this house. So what's it going to require? Well, you're going to need the earnest money, okay? And I've been assuming that. You may have watched another video in here that you have the earnest money. The earnest money you get back at close, but you have to put enough money down. The builder says, "Hey, this guy is for real." That's earnest money. That can be included in the deal, okay? Or you get it back at close. So typically this builder likes 1% of the purchase price, but we'll work it down. And you can get it back at close, okay? And it'll say 100% financing, so we'll put down an earnest money price, and they might ask for more or less, but you don't know until you write an offer. Only out of pocket besides that, which you may or may not get back, because you'll get your earnest money back if you don't include it in the deal. The appraisal amount on the house, if there's enough seller concession, can pay for the appraisal. You can put the appraisal on a credit card. So those are your two costs. I do like to have the house inspected, and that's between $300 and $400 depending on the appraiser that you choose. CBH has a 1-year warranty, and they'll warranty the build on the job, but it's always nice to have an inspector come in to see if there's anything that they forgot to do. So many times in rent, you pay $2,000 to $4,000 a month in rent. And when you go to rent a house, you have to put down a security deposit for the lease, and then your first month's rent. So you can get in a house for less than your first month's rent and a security deposit. And the EM money is refundable at close. So if it is refunded in January, you'll skip February. Your first payment would be in March. And so you're going to be ahead on as far as cash flow on that. And so that's a good thing. So why this can be better than renting. When you rent, you get zero equity. It's 100% interest on your money. You know that. You pay the rent and the rent's gone. And the landlord complains that, you want something fixed. And after 12 months, you don't get an interest statement in the mail that you can write on your taxes that you're a homeowner and you paid so much in interest, and you can write off on your taxes. You don't get that. So that's one of the benefits of being a homeowner. So rent often increases year after year. Your house payment, your taxes and insurance will increase, your homeowner's insurance and your taxes. But the house payment itself, unless it's adjustable, will always be the price that you get on the note. Be the payment that you get on the note. The interest rate's fixed for 30 years. That payment's fixed. And so if you look 5 years out, you're ahead of the market. And that's why you want to purchase a house. When you buy, you get equity from day one. When you buy these things, they're very nice deal right now, because new homes are offering more incentives than used homes. So used homes are actually higher priced because of the incentives. You're not getting $20,000 on a used home at $359,000. This is a long-term asset. I'm showing you the payment right now. If you're scrolling down here with me, this is what the payment would be. That's principal and interest, PIMI, principal, interest, and mortgage insurance, $2,451. On top of that, for this house, there's taxes, probably $200, and homeowner's insurance, probably $75, $80. Depends on your credit score. You should always be working on your credit score. So is this program right for you? Are you currently renting? You want to minimize cash out of your pocket, exploring some new construction ideas, quality FHA or similar financing. So you might have watched another video and said, "Hey, why can't we use USDA on this house, 100% financing?" Because it's not in a USDA area. Now here in the Valley, we do have CUNA, which is a USDA area, but you're not going to find a 359 house in CUNA. They're going to be 459, and there's a income limitation on USDA. And so CUNA used to be a hot area for it, but it's kind of priced itself out of it. It's kind of hard to squeeze into CUNA when you're making a lower income and you're buying a higher priced house. So chat with Angel AI. You can find it on the app right there. If you just want to do a credit boost, that's free. Or if you want to talk to Debbie and start some pre-qualifications, you can talk to her through Angel AI 24/7. She has a twin on there. Also, you can scan the QR code, put the number on the phone, give her a call. You can call me directly. 208-250-5214. Again, I'm a realtor and a loan officer. I'll help you with all of the aspects of closing a home, doing a purchase here for CBH, and getting your move figured out with your lease payments. Let's take a look at this house before it sells. Hope you're having a great day. Bye.